Well, back to this again. How about Salmonid Smokeyard? Hello, my name is Slushy. I've been overfishing for 2 years. It's a new year, make that 3. If you haven't seen my first one of these, it's here and there. Everything will stay the same. Spawns, snatchers, starting positions. Thanks, Marty. Day waves only, gameplay inclusion. You get the idea. Oh, and disclaimer. Pause the video if you want to read it. Normal tight spawns. Left. Right. Back. Easy peasy. Normal tight snatchers. Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. The best ones are bottom left and bottom right. Snatcher optimization for both of these spawns are correlated to the boss spawn on its opposite side. For left spawns, bottom right snatchers, right spawns, bottom left snatchers. This egg indicates a boss killed, in essence 3. For bottom right snatchers, if a 3-egg pile is within a certain arc, it takes 35 seconds for a snatcher to arrive. The same applies to bottom left snatchers, only slightly. The egg timers are 33, 35, 38. Of course, if there are 4 eggs or more, follow this equation. New time over time, number of eggs. Number equals between 4 to 10. If you were to kill a 10-egg goldie here, there's your egg number. Over time is 38. Do the math. With 10 eggs here, a bottom left snatcher will reach to the spot in 52 seconds. Add an extra 10 seconds for the return time. If a 10-egg goldie is killed on the so-called arc, 10 eggs, overtime is 30. It's 49 seconds. You're welcome. Starting positions. Top right, expect a drizzler or flyfish. Kill drizzler before it lands. Kill one side, lure the other. That's my recommendation. If you're a casual player, you probably don't know what this means. If you're an overfisher, you know. The meaning is literally in the phrase. Take 2 steelheads, one on both opposite sides. You can pick either one and you'll end up with the same outcome. Kill one side, lure one side. That's basically it.
But Slush, a spawn won't have just one boss. There'll be multiple in that group.
Yes, you have a point. For this reason, I have 2 scenarios here to better understand kill one side, lure the other. Let's say right steelhead and steel eel. You can kill this. Next, left salmon lid and scrapper. They're getting lured while you're running eggs. We call that multitasking. Again, right steelhead and eel. You lure it. Next appears the lid and scrapper. Clearly they're closer to you and stalling them is inevitable. So you'd kill the second group. They each have their own style, I guess, but you're still killing one side, luring the other. Team split is also advised on both scenarios as you don't want a chunk of bosses to continue moving forward and splat you. The 2 most common splits being a 3-1 split and a 2-2 split. There's also a 1-2-1, 1-1-1-1, but I digress. Given this information, it doesn't mean there's a right or wrong choice here. There's pros and cons on either one. If you lure a spawn, you get eggs closer to basket. But prior to that lure and those opening seconds, you're standing back and not doing anything. There's also a higher chance of overluring. Whereas killing a spawn, you are doing something, killing bosses and running eggs. But now you double the work if the eggs were closer to basket and not here. Statics, am I right? Personally, I recommend killing the first spawn at the start of a wave. You end up with vital information right at the get-go, be it snatchers, the next spawn, boss aggro, etc. Nevertheless, kill one side, lure the other is the basic strategy.
Okay, Slush, but how far do I lure? Where do I want the eggs?
Let me show you. Assuming everyone is at the basket, left spawn lurables will go towards the left ramp. You want to kill them within throwing range. This line here is okay to kill these bosses, closer if possible. Like its counterpart, lurables on the right spawns will go towards the right ramp. Killing them on this line here is okay, closer if possible. Lurables here are interesting. Theoretically, they should be heading from the back ramp, if it wasn't for these spawn points. Because of this, they'll be coming from all 3 directions. This makes the back spawns very tricky. Lines for left and right ramps stay the same. For the back ramp, killing bosses around this line is a-okay. Basically, if you're killing lurables that are on or past these lines towards the basket, well done, you're luring properly on normal type. In other words, eggs in this area. All in all, awareness. Knowing the spawns, adjusting to your kill one side, lure the other strategy will help you decide what your next move will be. If you have trouble spotting enemies, or you hesitate a lot on the spot, well, you're gonna have a bad time. In-game, you'll see these propeller platforms. We call them lifts. The left goes from basket to the other side. The right goes from the other side to basket. They help you get from one side of the map very fast. Likewise, you're also in a good position to deal with left and right statics. Though, I don't use them frequently on normal tide. For example, you can take the lift and deal with the left flyfish. Nice. But you and a teammate can also throw a bomb from this grate to kill it. The same applies to a stinger. I can stand here or jump down to deal with it. Normally, the problem I have with these lifts is they're a longer path, and honestly, it does take a lot of time and effort. Had I done it the simpler way, it really doesn't matter. But don't let me stop you from using them if necessary. They're there for a reason, like this fish stick in the middle, or using it as an escape route. If you keep this in mind, then they can be helpful. Also, I'd recommend these lift paths to be executed if there's a left or right big shot cannon. Just saying. In a moment, I'll explain certain bosses to watch out for on normal tide. Sadly, I do not have advice for awareness because it requires self-betterment. However, I do recommend this video, Awareness in Salmon Run the Next Wave. It goes well in depth with the HUD, UI, team position, you name it. Seriously, go watch it. You won't regret it. Link to video and rachelski's channel will be down in the description. One boss I would urge you to look out for is the Steel Eel. This guy. For my newbies, the Steel Eel will target the closest player by shortest path, not overview distance. If you are targeted by this boss and you know it's following you, here are the best positions to be at. Eel coming from right ramp, stand here. Eel coming from left ramp, stand here. You want them relatively in a straight line. I recommend guiding eels towards the back ramp at a 90-degree angle. I find this the most effective way to deal with them at the basket. So for eels, be mindful. One drizzler can be a problem if stalled and left alive for too long. If there's two or more, then they start to become threatening. Nonetheless, lure them as much as you can. Drizzlers on parking spots K, C, G, A can be problematic, but you should be able to spot them. By one jump, they'll be within throwing range, so lure them if you see that opportunity. If you notice your team is struggling with drizzlers or the basket is getting overwhelmed, take them out. Rain on this map will definitely slow down egg deposit and kill pace. Trust me, you have no idea. So yeah, drizzlers. That's awful advice. High tide spawns, left, right, back. High tide snatchers, front, bottom left, bottom right. Similar to normal tide? Yeah. Starting positions, bottom left and middle right sides near the basket. Expect a drizzler. Kill before it lands. 2-2 split. 3 things I recommend on high tide. We begin with this area. It's completely cut off from the basket, so I recommend a 3-1 split. 3 at basket, 1 on the opposite side. That one player must have an efficient weapon that can deal with statics and drizzlers. More on them later. As for what weapon, it depends on the comp. Here's one. Splatter shot, blaster, splat roller, splat charger. Which one do you think should go to the island? Remember, you want a weapon to deal with flyfish and stingers very quickly. To me, Splatter Shot is the ideal weapon here, so it would look something like this. You can also kill drizzlers with it in one cycle. If you thought normal tide drizzlers were bad enough, on high tide, they're a nightmare. I strongly advise you prioritize these guys as much as you can.
Oh, come on, Slush. It's high tide. Surely they're easier to lure. Right?
Yeah, no. Look at this. Parking spots B to C and E to G are the only paths that will make them jump from that other side. To be clear, luring them is doable. That's not an issue. The issue is that your team may lack the drizzler awareness, half of the basket area is inevitable to linger at, along with the 3-1 split, yeah, they'll easily get aggroed here. You'll notice parking spots D and A. If a drizzler is stalled on one of these, Annihilate them at all costs. Not only are they very dangerous here, but they take too much time and resources to get them out of this position. More factors to bear in mind: if there's 2 or more on the island, if a torpedo is aiming at basket, shoot it back, if time is running out. Overall, whether you're freelancing and or overfishing, I recommend killing any drizzler on high tide without delay. More so, shooting down those torpedoes. Seriously, you do not want to tolerate the rain on high tide. Like normal tide, keep steel eels at a straight line if they appear on the left or right ramps. You don't have the normal tide safety ground below you, so you'll easily get overwhelmed and probably die if you decide to lure them too much.
Okay, Slush. What do you expect us to do then?
Well, did you know you can de-aggro the steel eel? Basics of eel de-aggro: you can stand on top of a lid, you can stand on top of a fish stick pillar, you can use a booyah bomb, but you can also jump to the lift. If you're on it, the steel eel will not target you anymore, so use this to your advantage if an eel corners you around over this grate. However, be wary. If you do this, that eel will target one of your other teammates. This will potentially lead them to their death. Fish sticks: a pillar with small fries that shoot ink on map terrain area. How big of an area? This big.
That's it? That doesn't look too bad, Slush. I don't know what you're talking about.
What am I doing? Here are the high tide landing spots for them, and here's how much they will cover the map. It's recommended that long range weapons take them out. No need to climb up. If you have something like a jet squelcher or rapid blaster pro, hey, look up, you're on fish stick duty. Right spawn lurables will go towards the right ramp. Lure them near or let them go by this line. Generally, you'd want to lure this site the most. Now you know. Contrary to the latter, left spawn lurables will go towards the left ramp. Of course, line, lure them near or let them go by. Ongoing example: if eggs are right of basket, lure the left side while depositing. Sound familiar? Yep, you just killed one side, lured the other. Nonetheless, you'd want to lure these bosses at the end of the ramp. Simply put, killing bosses on the line, okay. Luring bosses past that line, even better. Back spawns will appear at the basket area. Left and right ramps, same line, same strategy. The back ramp, however, kill the boss instantly. There just isn't enough room to lure this, so to name a few, if a steelhead, steel eel, or salmonid is on this ramp, you know what to do. Really, these spawns are the same as normal tide. The only difference, of course, being less room, and the bosses take a dip in the water. It's a lot to take in, but mostly worry about threatening drizzlers, eels, and basket fish sticks the most, aka awareness. Low tide spawns, left, middle, right. Low tide snatchers, left, and right. They're not utilized often. Starting positions? Hold on. Yeah, there's nothing. Yard low tide makes it pretty clear. There's two paths lurables will proceed to the basket, so you can choose either side to kill or lure. Starting to get the picture? I've mentioned it 7 times now. Kill one side, lure the other. Another tactic I would recommend is taking aggro. You'll see that this middle part here is evil. Not only will they separate the spawns, but they will interrupt a lure. You may be confused already. It's hard for me to explain, but a perfect example of this is steelheads. Imagine one here. It's a lurable, so you want that steelhead to go to the basket. Due to its locality, the left path is the most optimal. Now, you're the red inkling. If you stand here, that steelhead will go towards the right side. While you are luring, the drawback here is the steelhead now has a longer path to reach the basket. And they are slow. This is what you want to avoid. Your teammate here is the one taking aggro, so the steelhead should be targeting them. 2 things you can do here. You can fall back, or wait until it crosses this line. Only then you can do whatever afterwards. Also, if a teammate is taking aggro, do not interfere. It's their job, so to make it easy for both parties, let them handle the aggro and the killing. Yes, you read that right. Technically, you can lure flyfish. It's a subtle but very helpful technique. Luring the left and right side flyfishes are the most common. Here are the flyby positions, and here are the movement routes. First flyby, second flyby, third flyby, fourth flyby. The flight pattern can be either clockwise or counterclockwise. They're all differently fixated, so you'll just have to memorize them by playing a lot. Anyways, most of the time, you want to kill this boss instantly. And that's great. However, say you were to intentionally keep this flyfish alive. The eggs are closer here than they were at the starting point. When overfishing on low tide, it's better to destroy one launcher on the first flyby and then kill it on the second flyby. I recommend anyone doing this as a habit ASAP. It's worth a shot. I know, it sounds counterintuitive, but it makes a big difference. Or don't. It's fine. Both spawns have their corresponding path, left and right. Plain and simple. As mentioned, middle spawn lurables will go either way. This area is a death trap. I suggest not going there unless it's 100% safe. For all spawns, I would say killing bosses past the water area is okay. This square, better. you can confirm which bosses are on the left and right paths here, then you'll be fine. And don't forget. I mean, was it obvious? Really all I can say is give this enough time and I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. You've got this. High Tide, Weapon Comp, Sploosh-O-Matic, Paintbrush, Hydra Splatling, Dark Tetradulis. Which of these weapons is the most ideal in a 3-1 split over at the island? Which of these will de-aggro a steel eel from you? Using Inkjet, standing on a grate, standing on the lift. Which of these is a 2-2 split? High tide, normal tide, low tide, none of the above. True or false? Team is killing the left side and luring the right side. Normal tide? What will happen in this situation? The steel eel will target the yellow inkling, the drizzler will jump to parking spot B, the flyfish will go to its second flyby. Salmon at Smokeyard is quite bizarre. Some players like it, some don't. Understandably, it's not for everyone. Any way you feel towards it really doesn't matter. We can all agree that it turns a complete 180 on you, just like that. And that's why I love it. Many players overlook the fact that its pacing is a lot stricter than you think, so you have to be fast and not hesitate. In fact, most of my learning in Salmon Run developed from this map. Awareness, decision making, luring, multitasking, rapidity, the list goes on. It's not perfect by all means. If it makes you feel any better, I don't win every shift on yard. I've been in overfishing groups that lure the opening spawn, take a flyfish missile, stingray, kill the one lonely scrapper and lure the 4 threatening bosses towards basket. Everything contrary to what I have recommended in this video. And that's perfectly okay. After all, 12 eggs is better than 3. My point is, there is no right way. You're free to do anything as long as it benefits your teammates and your goal. I will say this, awareness is your best friend in this mode. Improving it is hard, so be patient. I promise you'll see the results. In the end, adapt to your team and I'm sure you'll be fine here. Are they aggressive? Join them. Are they luring? Stay back. It's more difficult on freelance, but not impossible. You can still learn to improve and adapt at the same time. I can go on about this and that, but I do believe this is a great starting point to dip your toes into a high-level environment. Smokeyard is by far the best map for an advanced approach to salmon run and overfishing. Clearly not biased. Whatever it means for you to pick up a skill and get better, do it. And if you're stuck, ask questions. There's a whole community willing to help out new and even experienced players into the game, so I definitely would encourage anybody to reach out. And like before, let me know down in the comments how it went. Squads, friends, freelancers. Rewind the video if you didn't get something. Or ignore everything I said. In any case, thank you for listening. Wow, another video complete. That's cool. Big thanks to Dora-chan for the inspiration. The channel will be down in the description. Go check them out. Highly recommended if you want to watch crazy high score gameplay. Of course, I can't ignore the Salmon Run and Overfishing Discord servers. If you're interested in joining one or both, links are in the description. Oh, who even cares about that guy? Anyways, good luck fishing out there.